From a lot of my reading, I actually got this question. I know some people say, "Oh, that's hogwash," and they'll theorize why it's wrong. But I'm going to do some actual testing, or attempt to do some actual testing. My question is the positive offset, when you run positive offset square wave frequencies, is that also a powerful electron donor? Just like if you took an antioxidant. Is it working the same way? Because, let me just say, I know Hulda Clark had some pretty good success with this, but she didn't just use the zapper, she used vitamins, detox, and all this. And I'm not just looking at microbe and disease control and things like that, or disease prevention. I'm actually looking at longevity and life enhancement. How strong your body can be, or how strong you can be. So, I'm also showing there's my Confederate magazine that just came in today. This is rebel stuff here, man, okay? And I want to point out too, one thing, I talked about activated charcoal, and I did find out recently that activated meant it's negatively charged, and I was able to see from another angle, because of something else I knew, that bad microbes and toxins are, generally speaking, are positively charged. So something negatively charged is attracting them and trapping them. So you could detoxify in various ways, especially in the gastrointestinal tract. And besides doing zapping, zapping's not the only thing you should do if you're trying to be in optimal health. It's nutrition, it's sunlight. You can see I'm out here in the sunny Florida. Diatomaceous earth is one of the things I'm taking every day now. Not the activated charcoal every single day. Do that once in a while. The bentonite clay, I don't know. Crap, I'm just going to probably stick with the diatomaceous earth because I got trace minerals. I don't really need the bentonite clay. I ordered another bag of this stuff. This does get rid of the parasites inside you from the GI tract, where the zapper, supposed to knock out it does actually knock out the parasites in water. The body being mostly water, why not? But the zapper's only going to reach so far, so you can reach inside your body. And the diatomaceous earth contains silica, which is necessary for collagen production. So collagen's not just hair, skin, collagen's skin, but silica's not just hair, skin, and nails. And collagen is not just skin, it's also all the connective tissue in the body, including your vein and artery health and your heart health. So that's a good one to take. Plus it's negatively charged when water's at it. You can see I spilled a little bit on my rebel flag here. That's what it looks like. It's kind of like a weight substance. And these copper paddles are the way I'm going to be running with the Parazapper. Actually, I have one of them here. It's actually a clean old sock with paper towel wrapped around this copper paddle, and it's wet with tap water, and that makes the conductivity. The copper paddles are better than, you could probably, I don't know how to set these up exactly, but I'm figuring I want to wear these where I'm using them probably a good 16 hours a day and see what kind of benefits there are. Now, just to get cut to the chase, with the first experiment I'm going to do is this. I ordered a pH tester on water, and I don't know if this is going to be sensitive enough to verify this, but Hulda Clark says that the positive offset, the 100% positive offset of the zapper is actually kills all microbes, even if you single frequencies used. And I think I know why it's doing that. It's because microbes are positively charged. So if you're hitting a positive charge with a positive charge, you're shorting it out, and you're causing the microbe to go to 0 volts, which is killing it. It's got to have it's like a little battery. The microbes are the opposite battery charge of the normal body cells, which are slightly negatively charged or alkaline. To have a positive charge is acidic, whether it's slight or not. To have a negative charge is alkaline. So I was going to see if I can run the zapper in some water for some hours and see if I could pick up maybe 1/10 of a point of movement in the alkalinity of the water. And somebody will say, oh, that's ridiculous. And well, let's see, because if the positive offset is working against positively charged microbes by killing them, and I'm assuming it's shorting them out, and it's supercharging the body's normal immune system cells, which are slightly negatively charged, supercharging them according to Hulda Clark, it's got to be adding an electron, making them even more alkaline or more negative voltage. So if they're barely functioning at 1/4 volt negative, and they want to hit 1/2 volt negative, by zapping, you're charging them up. That's according to Hulda Clark. I mean, kind of drawing a little elaboration. I'm putting a little more elaboration on what she's saying, but it's all interconnected. Like foods, like when you take in foods, you could take in foods that cause the body to have an alkalizing effect. That's again changing your body's voltage to the normal 1/2 volt negative, which also changes the frequencies of the cells. In other words, there's a vibrational frequency of normal vibrational frequency of cells, depending on what part of the body you're talking about. But if the vibrational frequency of the cells is lowering, the voltage is lowering, and it's when it goes to 0 volts and no vibration, it's like a little battery. It's got its own little. That's how the body is. It's a chemical, electrical thing, you know. Nobody knows exactly 100% how life works, but there is chemical, electrical processes going on. It's not just chemical. And chemical, when you're talking alkaline, that's negative voltage, and when you're talking acidic, that's positive voltage. So this positive offset has to be a type of like battery charger that is causing the positive microbes to short out. And I would assume the toxins to go inert. I would assume. So I want to just test this in tap water. And I don't know if I have. I'm getting I just look on Amazon. It says here's a pH tester. Now I know the body's normal pH I think is 7.2 to 7.4, and 7 being neutral. I'm not sure if that's going to move the tester even 1/10 of a point. You know, that's all it's good for. But maybe somebody has. I'm presenting this idea out here because maybe somebody has something more fine-tuned where they can test pH to the 100th instead of 1/10 and see if it moves with the zappers, you know. Then you know that it's actually the zappers having an alkalizing effect on the body. I know somebody can argue, say no, but let's see if it does this in water. Let's see. Now the other thing I did, I just want to give a little honorable mention to the Beck Biotuner, or Beck, blood electrifier. This thing actually does have some unique advantages. The 4 hertz is, or the 3.9 to 4 hertz is rejuvenation and regeneration. It does kill a lot of microbes because it hits 20 hertz on the 5th harmonic, because it works with, I know I'm talking gobbledygook for people who never freaking heard this stuff before, but I really don't care because I'm not putting this out to sell anything, and I'm not even putting it out for views or anything. I'm putting it out for information purposes, and you know, that's just how it is, man. It's going to be buried information for a few people. That's all there is to it. But the 5th harmonic, it also hits when the 4 hertz also hits the 5th harmonic because it's a square wave, which is 20 hertz, which has a very long list of microbes and pathogens according to the consolidated frequency list that 20 hertz kills. So this thing can actually work on quite a bit of stuff. Nowhere near as much as the Parazapper, especially with the positive offset. But there's one thing unique about the Beck electrifier. With the AC current in the 31 volts, somehow this damn thing gives more energy quickly. Maybe it doesn't address the underlying issues as well, which it definitely, to me, in my opinion, definitely doesn't address the underlying issues as well. In some cases it will, but it improves your oxygen and vitamin and nutrient uptake. by leaving the cells temporarily porous due to this transfection effect. So, you know, maybe, you know, Beck said don't take any vitamins or herbs or garlic or anything like that when you're doing the blood electrifier. I totally disagree with that. And I don't know if he was lying or what, but whatever. I just want to mention that. But the other second test I want to do to see, and it's going to probably be a tough test to figure out because right now I've been extensively zapping with mainly the CC2 and the 6-pack. Right now I'm running this at 10,000 hertz. It's a good frequency on me right now. I got the My Plus and the Mine. Right now I'm using a different set of paddles on me right now. I ordered a Thunderbolt body tester from Maine, USA, and I'm going to see, you know, what my electric charge is in my body, whatever the hell it is, and if it's good or if it's going in a different, you know, if it's going in a better direction the more I zap. And then if I stop zapping, I'm going to see if the charge changes to worst, and then go back to zapping and see if the charge changes again. So that's going to be a separate test. I'm not going to be testing the Thunderbolt zapper. He's probably got, I don't know what that product is, man. I'm a little suspicious that it's, well, I'm not suspicious like in a bad way. I'm a little suspicious that it incorporates the Bedini, some of the Bedini technology with the Russian wave mixing. But I think he's using, instead of 4 or 6 waves, he might be using 2 or 3. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't know what the hell's in that thing. But I do know I can't hold on to handhelds and stand on foot pads all day. So I'm not buying that product. I'm really sticking with this Parazapper because it's portable, rugged, and I've been using the snot out of it for the last several years, and I never broke it. And you can see it just takes one old battery. And I'm thinking the cumulative use of many hours a day, and as long as you're wearing it, you know, I've got some other athletic weightlifting straps that attach to your thighs and crap. Maybe I can have one of these on my thigh and one of these under my other opposite underarm or something on the inside of my upper arm. Wear it that way. Maybe I'll wear this around a waist belt, opposite sides of the torso, run some frequencies. But what I want to try to find is if by extensive use of the positive offset zapper, especially running on some of the rejuvenation frequencies, like 10,000 hertz is a frequency that even has a rejuvenation that you don't feel. Like 4 hertz has it, 3.9 hertz, the Schumann Earth half the Schumann Earth frequency. The Croft Terminator range frequency, 15.2, which is double the Schumann Earth frequency. They have rejuvenation abilities. 1 hertz has rejuvenation abilities, but you feel those. You feel them going bump, bump, bump. Well, 1 hertz actually I don't mind, you know. But I'm not going to be able to, like, there's going to be 2 tests. One, I'm going to see if I could take maybe a quart of water in a wide, clear jar and see if I can measure the alkalinity change. Now, I don't think I'll have a sensitive enough stuff to do that, but we're going to see. But number 2 is I'm going to get this, I ordered the Thunderbolt body tester, got some guy up in Maine, to see if, you know, what my voltage is on my body or whatever the hell is reading it's going to show. And I think I don't even know how this stupid thing works. I mean, it's not a stupid thing. What I'm just saying is I don't know how it works right now. But we're going to look at it. And you see, I want to see if, like, say I stop zapping for a week, does it change worse? That tester might tell me something. Then if I start zapping again, just with a Parazapper, what happens? Does that test show better? You see, what I'm looking at is not just antimicrobial, but life enhancement and longevity and immunity to disease and toxins. Toxins especially, well, maybe disease too, because who the hell knows what's going on with these new things that are being developed by the military that, you know, get released, you know. So, anyway. But let's call it rebel technology here. So, and the guy up in Maine, you know, I always had a respect for people up in New Hampshire and Maine. You know, that's, you know, this, I'm putting all this. I'm from New Jersey originally, near New York City. I'm in the South. I got this Confederate heritage, and you know, I like the Confederate ideals, but of limited government and all that garbage. And Big Pharma needs to get the hell out of freaking United States and go somewhere else. But you know, it's like, you know, people, I always respected the North, New Hampshire and Maine. They're not like the rest of the Northeast, you know, so this guy's probably alright too. Parazapper is from Alabama, up there in Confederate country, so he's a good old boy. And I put these, I did that. I put those Confederate flags on there. I like those, okay? I put that on this one too, even though that came from Ecuador or something. But, you know, it's, we're going to run some tests. We're going to run some tests. Because I think the positive offset is an electron, the positive offset square wave frequency is an electron donor. I don't think it's just, you know, can kill any microbes. That's what Hulda Clark says. He says can kill any microbe, positive, 100% positive offset, square wave, 50% duty cycle, can kill any microbe, and it could, it'll supercharge the immune system. Microbes are oppositely charged of immune system cells. Immune system cells are slightly alkaline with slightly negative voltage. Microbes are slightly acidic, positive voltage. So the positive offset to me is a battery charger hitting positive with positive microbe with positive, shorting it out, causing the voltage to go to zero, thus killing it, which kills its vibrational frequency. I assume by when she says it's supercharging the immune system cells, it's not only doing that, it's doing the red blood cells, everything that's going by in the blood, and it's adding electrons to it and like raising its battery voltage. Like a highly trained athlete actually has a stronger voltage than just a half a volt negative, like a normal voltage. They'll even be stronger than that. They'll even have a higher frequency, vibrational frequency in their cells. A highly trained athlete, they're more efficient. So you might be able to get in some of these benefits just by zapping, but I think it's not going to be like 10, 20 minutes a day or even a couple hours. I think it might require like a whole lot of time, like 16 hours. So you're going to have to wear these things. I'm going to wear them. I'm going to try it. I'm the guinea pig here, okay? But, you know, the only option I see where there's quality, a single battery, rugged durability, offers accurate frequencies, accurate duty cycles, 50% duty cycle. Now in the case of the Uzi 3 I ordered, there's a couple frequencies in there. That one has a 90% duty cycle and a 66.7 duty cycle on one frequency. That's a little bit experimental, but I don't know. It's something else. I'll talk about that later. But probably going to be using the Uzi 3 the most because it runs a lot of mid-range frequencies. But I'm going to wind up using the My Plus a lot because there's certain modes in it I like. The 4 Hertz, the 3.9 Hertz, the 1 Hertz, the Clark mode is very extensive. The MX mode, which is a range of frequencies in the 2500 range, roughly 2000 to 3000. And the Uzi 3 has, I think there's about, there's 28 frequencies. There's I forgot how many frequencies, 49 frequencies. But I think of the 49, 28 of them are within that 2000 to 2900 range, which is usually very effective, and it doesn't irritate or sting the skin if you use it extensively. That's why I'm probably going to use the Uzi 3 quite a bit. Plus, it puts out 10.2 to 10.5 volts with normal batteries. It's got a little more power to it. So, anyway. So, upcoming tests are coming up, but it's not like Zapper's not going to be the only thing. But then, if this is actually an electron donor to the blood, if it is, and say we can prove it with the alkaline, the pH tester, say we can prove it with the body tester, and actually the Thunderbolt, he claims that it floods the body with electrons. I think actually this positive offset does. And positive offset is not just Hulda Clark. If you look at all, well, not all, but virtually most, okay, virtually all people who use the pad type frequency generators with the consolidated frequency list frequencies, and they use positive offset. Like Dr. Richard Lloyd, PhD, he'll use those all the time. He uses positive offset. Most people will use positive offset when running the contact type machines, whether it's a zapper, whether it's a frequency generator, whether it's a quote unquote Rife machine or whatever. In a way, these are, I don't know, ultra portable, well, you have to put the descriptor before, pad type, quote unquote Rife machine. Not what Royal Rife was doing, okay, but what some people have taken the terminology, like John Crane, and stuff. But I think this experiment is going to be very well worthwhile, and I think I'm the only one that has the discipline and fortitude and perseverance to continue on with this. But I notice when I use the zapper a lot, I feel better. When I drop, it's like I got more power. It's subjective. I wouldn't be using it if I thought it was a total waste of time, okay? But I'm curious as to what the hell is it exactly doing besides, is it maybe, if Hulda Clark is correct about it supercharging the immune system cells, I would assume it's supercharging everything, the red blood cells and everything else. This is working, the Beck thing works a little bit different. It's causing the blood cells to be temporarily porous so they absorb oxygen and nutrients easier. That's why I don't see why you wouldn't want to take vitamins, and especially vitamin C or herbs while you're doing this, because they say there's a multiplier effect. But I'm thinking, well, you want to have a multiplier effect of the good stuff. You wouldn't want to take any hard, strong prescription pharmaceutical drugs while you're doing the Beck electrifier, because it's going to have a multiplier effect of something that's toxic. You want to make sure it's at least a couple hours away from that time frame. With this, it just works different. It's a positive offset. But like I said, it's not just Hulda Clark zappers that use positive offset. Most of the people that use any of these contact type Rife machines, which is not exactly what Rife was doing, they call them Rife machines, but it's like an easier way, cheaper way, without using plasma bulbs and all that, they use positive offset. But the thing is, if you're hooked to a machine that's plugged into a wall, or if you have to hold on to handhelds, you're not going to use this thing 16 hours a day. I'm curious what's going to happen if you use it 16, 20 hours a day. If it's an electron donor, is it not going to supercharge all your body's blood? Now, the blood goes everywhere, right? So if it's supercharging all the body's blood, wouldn't it have benefits everywhere in the body, even though the zapper doesn't reach everywhere in the body? I mean, over an extended period of time, not just 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours or even 4 hours, but say 16, 20 hours a day. So we're going to try to determine, at least with a pH tester, which I think might not be accurate enough to show a difference, and also the body tester from Thunderbolt in Maine. And we'll see, we're going to all work together on this shit, okay? That's really what it is. Nobody's fighting each other here. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, I'm a customer. I'm buying this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a customer. I mean, I could take the Spooky 2 generator or a similar generator like that, and I can get the positive offset and I can set it up, but then it's plugged into a wall. And even if you took a battery pack with you and they took this big thing around with you, you're not, that generator is not designed to be walking around with. Like, I dropped this thing on concrete from 4 feet up or more, and I never busted it. Which you're not supposed to do. This thing is, this Parazapper is pretty freaking good, man. He makes some pretty good stuff, man. Hey, you know, because they're just voided my warranty, but it works. None of them broke. None of them broke. I've been using the crap out of these things, man. So we're going to try to find out a little more scientifically what exactly this is doing. Subjectively, like I said, I would not be using these things that much if I didn't think there's something going on with them. It's just that it's annoying that, how the hell you wear these things, and you know, I'm finding out, you know, you don't want to use these cylinders. That was one of the big disadvantages to the Thunderbolt. You got to hold these cylinders and stand on these things. I mean, maybe it works fast. I don't know, but I'm not going to get into that later. I'm just going to get the tester and test it. But this thing, I could wear this. I could basically wear this all the time. And I like the 10,000 range. I like just, I flip around with different frequencies. I don't use one frequency. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we're going to have a tester. The pH tester may not be accurate enough. We'll see what it does. If we show even a tenth of something moving in a quart of water, you know, pH moving a tenth, well, that may indicate something. And then you can say, I mean, I'm not going to freaking try to do a video with, you know, elapsed time. I'm just going to tell you what I got results from, and then you can repeat it and see if I'm full of shit or not. But you know, if I repeat my experiment several times and it works every time, I'm going to say, the guy that's telling me a liar is going to say, you're full of shit. The truth will come out. And we're also, like I said, this Thunderbolt body tester might be able to tell me exactly what the Parazapper is doing. So those are two things that will be upcoming here pretty soon. And I'm not going to even like put a big write-up or information on the bottom of this video, because I don't really care if the information gets around, because, you know, the information's been around since the 1930s, the Lakowski coils, the, you know, what you can do with, what do you call it, the purple, what do you fucking call that damn thing? It's like a dumbed down Lakowski coil, the violet ray. Stuff's been around a long time. It doesn't take anything to freaking divert people's attention to some garbage, you know. What's on the E channel with Angela Jolie, you know? Did she have another boob job? You know, I'm not here to freaking save the planet. Do whatever you want. I'm not here to sell nothing. I don't give a crap. That's the way I'm looking at it.